Hello everyone, my name is Yongkang here. Today I'm going to walk you through how to protect the containers on ROSA, which is Red Hat OpenShift service on AWS. You only need 3 minutes. Let's get started. So first of all, you need to retrieve the kubeconfig on ROSA cluster. And how to retrieve the kubeconfig file, you can either retrieve from an OpenShift web console. Basically, you can copy the login command and then run from the terminal. Or if you actually create the admin account with ROSA create admin, so there is an output you can copy the command from there. So once you either from the web console or from the command line, you get the OC login command. You just run from any one of the terminal you're using. And before you go to next step, just to verify, run OC get nodes, make sure it is working correctly. And now the next step is, how to protect the containers running on ROSA. So first step, you do git clone of this repository. So we are going to copy the folder to your local terminal. And then you change to the directory cd rosa-k10 and run the rosa prepper command. So the step 1 and step 2, you only need to run once. And after you've done that, you can run K10-deploy to deploy the backup Kasten K10 and plus all the additional stuff. And once you've done your testing, you can run another command called K10-destroy.sh to destroy the whole environment. So within about 3 minutes, most of the time actually less than 2 minutes, all of the below tasks will be done automatically. So first of all, install Kasten K10 and create an object storage location profile. Since we're running on AWS, we just create a S3 bucket. And we also deploy a sample database, in this case, MongoDB. And we also create a backup policy for MongoDB and plus run on-demand backup jobs. All of these can be completed in just under 2 minutes. So I put 3 minutes here, just a little bit conservative. So let's get started. I will jump to the terminal. Actually, first of all, let me show you the cluster. Actually, it was running from Amazon AWS cloud. So you can see these are the EC2 instances. I got 3 master nodes, 2 worker nodes, and 2 infra nodes. All of these are running from our US East 2 region. And if I come back here to, I need to log into, actually, let me open a new tab. I need to log into Red Hat Hybrid Cloud Console to show you how to log into OpenShift Web Console. So if you haven't logged in, you will be prompted to enter your username and password. After logged in, you can click OpenShift on the left side, and then you will see your OpenShift cluster. I built the cluster. This is my cluster name, ROSA for Yongkang-1948. Actually, it was built at the timing 7:48 p.m. That's my Singapore time. So once you in this page, from the triple dots here, you click Open Console. It will open up the OpenShift Web Console for you. And once you open the OpenShift Web Console, you might notice it says clearly Red Hat OpenShift service on AWS. And on the right-hand side, you got the cluster admin. That's my initial administrator. If you click the drop down here, you can see the copy login command. That's where you can retrieve the login details. So first of all, you need to log in. If you haven't logged in, you need to put your username and the password. Click login, and then you can display token. So this is your token. So you just copy the first one or the second one, whatever you prefer, and then come back to your terminal. I'm actually using Lens. So for those of you who are not aware, Lens is actually pretty easy to use web UI for you to manage all different Kubernetes clusters. So you can open up a terminal. You just copy the command here I'm actually already logged in, so I don't have to log in again. If you haven't done login, you will need to log in. If I OC configure get the contacts, you can see right now I'm actually logged in. Let me make it bigger. So you can see I logged into ROSA for Yong -1948. I'm the cloud admin, cluster admin. So if I do OC get nodes, you can see these are the 7 nodes I'm currently using from AWS cloud. Again, 3 master nodes, 2 worker nodes, and 2 infra nodes. So once I'm here, actually the first task you need to do is you do a git clone. So actually you need to in a separate directory. So in your home directory, you do git clone https github.com Yongkang he and the ROSA-K10. That's what we need to clone the repository to your local directory. Once you copy it, you are going to see a folder called ROSA-K10. So you log into the folder, and if you haven't done, if your first time, you need to run ROSA prepper.sh. So we are going to collect the information of the AWS account key ID, access key ID, and also security key ID. We need these details for creating the S3 bucket. I already provided the details, so I don't have to do this. So now I can run the K10-deploy command to deploy all of these. So while I'm deploying, it does take about 2 minutes. So first of all, we're going to install K10. We're going to create a new namespace. It's called Kasten-IO. If I go to the Lens terminal here, from the left-hand side, you can see workloads. Under workloads, if I click ports and search the change to the namespace Kasten-IO, shortly you're going to see the pods, the containers are pop up here. So while we're waiting, I wanted just to show you here. So before we actually launch the containers, from the storage, we actually also created a few persistent volume claims. So actually, totally, there are 6 persistent volume claims we're using, used by Kasten-IO. Okay, let me come back to the ports. So I can see the containers from the Kasten-IO namespace are starting. Some of them already up running, and the other few are still, pending to become running status. Okay, it looks like all of the pods are already up running. I'm actually also deploying a sample database called K10-MongoDB. That's my namespace. So let's check it out. It's also already up running. So yeah, it looks all good. While we're talking here, the deploy K10-deploy command already completed successfully. So by end of the scripting, you are expecting to see here is the total time. Total time, this time we spent, that's just under 100 seconds. So 95 seconds, we already deployed the Kasten K10 to your ROSA cluster. And we also deployed the MongoDB database. And we also created a backup policy. And plus, we also kicked off the initial on-demand backup jobs. So how to log into the web console? If I maximize the window, you will see here is your web UI console. But before you click the link, you need to copy the token. So I need the token to log into the web console. Now I click the link. So it will open up the web browser, a new tab. So let me get rid of the cookies. Otherwise, it will give me some errors. Let me get rid of the cookies and do a refresh. So you will be asked to provide your token code, paste your token code, click sign in. Now I logged in. So first time, I need to provide the company name, the email address, click accept. So once I logged in, you will see I got applications. So the testing application, it's called K10-MongoDB. And right now, if I go back to the dashboard, you can see I got all the backup policies already created for you. And if I go back to the dashboard, what I can show you here is right now the backup jobs is running. And before I show you the job details, let me show you where we configured the object storage. If I click settings, you can see this is my object storage location profile. I was using AWS 3, US East region. And here is my bucket name. And now let me come back to the dashboard. You will see the backup jobs. So the snapshot backup jobs already completed successfully. Now we are waiting for the export job. If I click on the job details, you can see there are two subtasks. The first subtask is we are going to take a snapshot of all of your Kubernetes configurations, your application components, your MongoDB, the workloads. So that's why you see when we do the snapshot, you see multiple tasks here. And while we are talking here, the second subtask also completed successfully. We actually copy the snapshot from the container storage to the object storage, in this case, S3 bucket. So since we already have the successful backup job, now let me come back to this slide deck. I will show you first job. I will show you how to restore K10, how to restore the MongoDB database. So it's called K10-MongoDB to a new namespace. And so basically you log into the web console if you haven't logged in, and go to the applications tab and find the K10-MongoDB and click restore. And you select the restore points, and you got the options. You can either do it in place restore or you restore to a new namespace. In this case, I will show you how to restore to a new namespace. And you just click restore and confirm the restore. Yeah, let me come back to the web console. I go back to my dashboard and I click the one compliant. So which is the one database which I already have a successful backup jobs. So I click the two restore points here. So that is a backup. It was done just a few minutes ago. I click the restore points. You see actually two restore points. So at the 10.04, the container storage backup already completed. At the 10.06, so we copied the snapshot to the object storage AWS S3. So you can choose from any one of the copy for the restore. So for now, let's just restore from the container storage. So as I say, you can create a new namespace instead of do the in-place restore. So, but it's two different use case, right? So for now, I'm just create a new namespace. Looks like the new namespace, yeah, it's already there. Let me create a K10-MongoDB clone. Actually, let me get rid of my old namespace. Yeah, let me make it new one. Okay, K10-MongoDB-new one. Click create, and all I need to do is, if I don't do any advanced selection, just click a restore. But before I do that, I really want to highlight here. We actually give you the possibilities to do granular restore, individual resource restore. So if I deselect all of these, you can select the individual resource to do the restore. Maybe some of the accidentally deleted config maps, or maybe the role binding, or maybe, you know, whatever any resources, you know, supporting your application. So basically your service is done. So we allow you to individually recover the individual resource. Somebody accidentally deleted, or maybe there was something is wrong. Okay, for now, let me just reselect everything. I will do a restore everything to the new namespace, confirm the restore, and I go back to the dashboard. You can monitor the status from here. The job will be kicked off shortly. And if I come back to the lens, let me minimize this. And from here, if I monitor the new namespace, new one, okay, K10-MongoDB-new one, you can see, oh, yeah, that is too quick. 14 seconds ago, the MongoDB, it's already restored. So if I come back to my web console, yeah, it is restored, completed successfully. Only took 31 seconds. Okay, that's about the restore. Now, so we already got restored to a new namespace. Now what I'm going to show you is how to back up the new namespace. So basically you got the new namespace, you got a MongoDB also running from the new namespace together with all the related Kubernetes configurations. So again, you log into Web Console, go to the application tile, you find the K10-MongoDB-new. So for my case, actually, it's new one, okay? So I click create a policy. Remember to enable backups via snapshot export, which is more safe. And then you can leverage the cheaper cloud storage to avoid the situation, maybe, you know, ransomware attack, for example. So because with the object storage, you can enable the object lock or retention lock to be able to avoid the ransomware attack. And also you can keep longer at lower cost. Okay, and you can select the object storage location profile. And yeah, then you click create a policy. That's how we create a backup policy. Let me come back to the dashboard here. So I go back to my applications tile and find my K10-MongoDB-new one. I click create a policy. I got a new policy name here. You can choose a snapshot, how often you want to do the backup frequency. You can do hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. We also allow you to do every 5 minutes from the UI. If you choose all of these, 5 minutes here, and for now, I just leave it as it is. And then the snapshot retentions also can be customized. So most importantly, as I said, we always recommend customer to enable backups via snapshot exports. So right now, I only have one snapshot location profile, so it is automatically pop up, selected as my AWS 3. Okay, that's all we need to configure basically. So we already have the backup selection. I just back the MongoDB-new, but if you prefer, you can choose label-based selection. So let's say I want to do, the instance match the MongoDB. That's advanced selection. It is very useful. If you don't want to miss any backups for the newly created MongoDB, you can choose, the label-based selections. Yeah, for now I just, leave the namespace. I choose my K10-MongoDB-new one. And yeah, that's all I need to select. Yeah, before I click create a policy, I want to show you how to create the policy, use the YAML file. Click YAML button here. You can copy the whole YAML file. So actually part of my automation, I create the backup policy, use the YAML file. So for now, let me click policy. Instead of waiting for next scheduled job, I can just go ahead, click run once. So after click run once, the job will kick off. Go back to the dashboard. You can see the job will kick off shortly. Okay, that's about how we are running the restore. And also I showed you how to configure the backup policy for the newly restored application. So it is so simple from the UI, a few clicks, since are done. You don't need to jump to the command line to write the scripts. But if you do like use command line for automation, I also showed you earlier how to create the policy, use the command line, use the YAML file, okay? So the backup job already kicked off. Let me come back to the slide deck to show you what else. Yeah, so basically that completes my demo. I showed you how to quickly to restore MongoDB to a new namespace, and followed by how to configure backup policy for the newly restored database. So a few references links here. So if you don't have a ROSA cluster, you just click the link, or you just type from your web browser rosa.yongkang.cloud. So I got a YouTube video to walk you through step by step how to create a ROSA cluster. Okay, and the automation, the Kasten K10, the backup automation, the scripts can be found from our GitHub page. So basically, you can find the two major scripts here. One is K10-deploy.sh. The other one is K10-destroy.sh. So after you complete the demo or testing, you can make sure you remember to run K10-destroy to avoid the charges from our AWS cloud. Yeah, if you are new to Kubernetes, Kasten actually we're providing a very good Kubernetes learning, online learning. You just go to learning.kasten.io. I also share you a few links here. So how to build and protect a popular Kubernetes cluster plus Kasten K10, via the automation. So right now I got the Google Kubernetes engine support. I got the Azure Kubernetes service, Amazon Elastic Kubernetes service, OpenShift container platform, Tensor Kubernetes Grade, HPE Ismo container platform, and also Alibaba Cloud container services for Kubernetes. Yeah, and I'm trying to bring more, to share with you. Okay, so the first link is if you go to my YouTube channel, y.yongkang.cloud, you can find all of these, how to build and protect the popular Kubernetes, cluster. And also, all of these automation scripts are open sourced. You can find them from g.yongkang.cloud. So that is pretty much all I want to cover. Yeah, let me come back to see if the backup job completed successfully. Yeah, it is. So for the newly restored database running from K10-MongoDB-new1 also completed successfully. So if I click the job details, you will see the same thing like the very first backup job. So you got one backup subtask, you got one export subtask. If I click the backup job details, you can see all of your spec resources, all of your spec artifacts here. So that's where, when we are going to do the restore, we give you the possibility, give you the capabilities to do the individual resource recovery. Okay, I think that's all I want to cover. Come back to the slide deck here. So yeah, coming next, I'm planning to record another session for how you can migrate the containers from other Kubernetes cluster, or maybe from other cloud to ROSA cluster. So with that, yes, that completes this demo session. So thanks for watching. I hope it is useful to you. Feel free to follow me by any one of the ways you are familiar with, and feel free to send me email if you have any suggestions or any questions. Yeah, thank you very much for watching.